Hello students, good morning. Today I am going to discuss class 9th mathematics. In this chapter we already completed 2 sessions. In the previous session, in session 2, we discussed some concepts of terminating expansions and non-terminating expansions. Right? The terminating decimals and non-terminating decimals. In terminating decimals, so how you can define the terminating decimals? If a rational number is in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0, in that the p divides the denominator q exactly without leaving any remainder. It means the division becomes completely ends with the remainder 0, and what we are getting the quotient, no? That quotient is called as a terminating decimals. Terminating decimals, right? And next one, second, non-terminating decimals. So non-terminating means similar to the terminating, but in that the division will not be ends. Even we are making continuous division, it will not be end, or we cannot get the remainder as a 0 in non-terminating, right? So a rational number is in the form of p by q, in that q is not equal to 0. If p divides the numerator p divides the denominator q, then the remainder will not be equal to 0, or the quotient is in the continuous form. So that kind of the decimal expansions are called as a non-terminating expansion. In non-terminating expansion, we have some different type of the digits will be repeated. So that repetition we call it as a periodic repetition, or recurring or circulating repetition of the digits, right? For example, if I divide 1 by 3 means I will get 0.333333. In that the digit group of the single digit 3 will be repeats continuously. For example, 1 by 3 it is equal to 0.3333, right? This series will be in the continuous form. Okay, so in non-terminating decimal expansions, whether a single digit or a group of the digits will be repetition after the intervals, right? Next one, we call these are the repeated periods, and we discussed one more concept, that is the length of the period. Length of the periods means the how many times in the decimal, how many numbers will be repeated in the same sequential orders. For example, if suppose 0.2323 here, after every 2 digits the same numbers or same digits should be repeating here. So these type of the periodic decimals are called as the length of the periodic, right? So we discussed one more concept, that is without doing any calculation we can find whether the given rational number is terminating or non-terminating. How you can find that whether the given rational number is terminating or non-terminating? We just prime factorize the denominator value what we are having in rational number, no? For example, 24 by 40, it is an example for rational number because it is in the form of p by q, right? So it is in the form of p by q, means where q is not equal to 0, q is exactly equal to 40. So we need to factorize the 40 by using their prime factors. What is that first prime number? 2. So just divide it 40 by 2. 2 20s are 2 10s are 2 5s are 5 1s are. So 24 by 40 can also be written as 24 by 40 can also be written as 2 raised to 3 and 5 raised to n, 5 raised to 1, right? So the rational number is terminating when their denominator is in the form of 2 raised to n and 5 raised to m, 2 raised to n and 5 raised to m, in which m and n are the positive integers. Either it may be in the form of 2 raised to n, yes, the given number is rational number, or it is completely terminates, or denominator, when we are factorizing the denominator, if it is in the form of 5 raised to n also, the given number is terminating. Or when we are factorizing the denominator, it is in the form of 2 raised to n and 5 raised to m both, then also the denominator will be completely terminates. And last one is, if we are getting any other prime number like 3, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19 like this, then the given rational number will not be terminates. So this is the easiest method to find whether the given rational number is terminating or not. Okay. In this session also we will discuss some more examples related to that concept only. After that we will discuss the conversion of the recurring decimals. Okay. See the first question. Without actual division, find which of the following rational numbers are terminating decimals. So these type of questions will be very important. Okay. Just you need to check here whether the given rational number is terminating or not by factorizing the denominator value. First one, 5 by 32. Second one, 5 by 13. Third one, 157 by 120. Solve these three. Just check whether the given rational numbers are terminating or non-terminating. We are not dividing here. They already told in the question, without doing any division. Find whether the given rational number is terminating or non-terminating. So the given rational number is in the form of p by q. In that denominator value is already 32. Just factorize the denominator. 2 16s are, 2 8s are, 2 4s are, 2 2s are, and 2 1s are. That now 32 can be write it as 1 2 3 4 5, 2 raised to 5. What we are getting now? 32 is nothing but a 2 raised to 5. So this 5 by 32 can also be written as 2 raised to 5. Now, whether it is terminating or non-terminating, the denominator is in the form of 2 raised to n. Denominator is in the form of 2 raised to n. So the given rational number is purely terminating value. What is the one more value required here? 5 raised to 5, and we need to multiply the same value for the numerator also. Now 5 write as it is. 5 raised to 5 means just multiply 5 times. 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125, 125 5s are 625, and 625 5s are 625 into 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, carry 2 means 12, 5 6s are 30, 31, right? So when we are multiplying 5 times, we get it as a 3125. 5. 5 5s are 25, carry 2, 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, again carry 1, 5 6 are 30, 30 plus 1 is 31, 3125 divided by, now just see the bases here, bases are different, it is in the form of a raised to m into b raised to m. What is that factor formula? A raised to m, when the bases are different with the common powers, here powers are same with the different bases, right? Now we are multiplying the bases and write the power as it is. It means 2 raised to 5 into 5 raised to 5. 2 into 5 whole raised to 5. 2 5s are 10, 10 raised to 5. So this 10 raised to 5 right here, 10 raised to 5. Now multiply these two. 5 5s are 25, carry 2, 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, again carry 1, 5 1s are 5, 6, 5 3s are 15 divided by 10 raised to 5 is nothing but 1 lakh. So 15,625 divided by 1 lakh means 0.15625. This is the required terminated value of the rational number 5 by 32. So this can be written as 5 by 32, which is equal to 0.15625. Okay, next calculate that next second question. What is that second one? 5 by 13. 5 by 13. We have 13 in the place of denominator. So just factorize the 13 with the help of the prime numbers. So 13 ones are 13. 13 ones are 13. So 5 by 13 can also be written as 13 here. When we are prime factorizing the denominator, again the value is 13 only. It is purely other than 2 and 5. So the given rational number is non-terminating. In these cases we need to write that 13 is non-prime numbers other than 2 and 5. So this is a purely non-terminating, or simply you can write it as 5 by 13 is non-terminating. Why? Because in the place of denominator we have 13, which is other than the factor form of the 2 and 5. See the next question. What is that third question? 157 by 120. So take directly denominator value. Start the prime factorization of 120. 2 60s are 2 30s are 2 15s are 15 is odd number, so it is not divisible by 2. Take the next prime number, that is 3. 3 5s are 5 1s are. So 157 divided by 120. How you can write the 120? 2 raised to 3. 1 2 3 into 3 raised to 1 into 5 raised to 1. Now just observe the denominator values. 2 raised to 3, 3 raised to 1, 5 raised to 1, whether it is terminating or not. If the given rational number is terminating, when we are prime factorizing the denominator, it should be in the form of 2 raised to n and 5 raised to m. We have one more term here, that is 3. We have one more prime number, that is 3. Okay, so this is also non-terminating. 157 by 120 is non-terminating. Why? Because here we have 3 as a one of the prime number which is other than 2 and 5. Okay, so these are the some examples related to the terminating of the rational numbers. Okay, now we'll see the conversion. This is a very important concept for your examination. Here they give some decimal numbers. We need to convert that decimal numbers in the form of the rational numbers. Okay, yes, conversion of the recurring decimals to rational numbers. Conversion of recurring decimals to rational numbers. First one, 0.3333. I already told you in the previous classes, if I put it 3 dotted points, the dotted points will be indicate the series is in the continuous form, and it indicates one more, this is a non-terminating value. For example, if I write the numbers like this, 0.333 dot, it shows that the decimal places are in the continuous form, or what we are getting the rational number, no, the rational number is non-terminating rational number, or the same non-terminating we represent like this also. If I put the bar on the number, means this bar indicates here the 3 will be repeats in the continuous order, or the 3 will be simultaneously repeats in the next sequentials. Okay, next one more representation is there. 0.3, if I put one dot point on the number of 3, it also indicates the 3 will be continuous in the form. So in these 3 ways we are representing the non-terminating values. First one is by inserting 3 dotted points, second one by drawing a bar. We draw one bar on the numbers, or we put one point on the individual numbers or group of the numbers. If I put bar or dotted point on the group of the digit, means that digits will be continuously repeats in the next sequential. Okay, here the first example, conversion of the recurring decimals to a rational numbers. Listen here you need to concentrate whether we are multiplying 10 or 100 or 1000. If we are taking one digit to the left side, means we need to multiply 10. If you are taking 2 digits to the left side, means we need to multiply 100. If you are taking 3 digits to the left side, means we need to multiply 1000, like this. How many digits we are taking to the left side? On that basis we are multiplying 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, like this. Okay, so this is the first question, that is 0.3333. so this decimal expansion, this decimal numbers you can represent in the form of the rational number. First consider the given value x. given value as x 0.3. What it indicates bar? The 3 will be in the continuous form. So x is equal to 0.3333. Right? Now multiply 10 on both sides. 10 on both sides. Just multiply 10 on both sides. What I will get when I am multiplying 10 on both sides? 10 into x is 10x, which is equal to 0.3333 into 10 means I will get it as a 3.3333, and this series will be in the continuous form. Okay. Next, write this 10x as it is. No. 3.333 can also be written as 3 plus 0.3333, and this series will be in the continuous form. When we are adding, what we will get again? 3 plus 0.3333 is nothing but 3.333 only, right? So we are splitting the whole number 3.333 into two parts. First one is a 3 and second one is a decimal part. First one is a whole number part or the integer part. The second one is a decimal part. Now 10x, write this as it is. 3 also write as it is. 0.3333. What it indicates? What we are considering that 0.333? 0.333 is nothing but x only. Now write the x in the place of 0.333 because we are already considering that 0.33 as a x. Okay. Now we have two variables here, 10x and x. Now these two variables, take it one side. 10x minus x, which is equal to 3. I am taking this as x to left hand side. Whenever the variables are numbers taking from LHS to RHS side or RHS to LHS, the sign will get converted from positive to negative, negative to positive. Okay. So 10x minus x is 9x, which is equal to 3. Now x is equal to 3 by 9. That 3 by 9 can also be written as 3 ones are 3, 3 3s are 9. So 1 by 3. When you are dividing 1 by 3, you will get this value only. So this is the required rational number. This is the required rational number. Hence 0.3 can also be written as 1 by 3. 0.3. This bar will indicates the 3 will be in the continuous form. So 0.333 can also be written as 1 by 3. This is the first example to converting the decimal expansions or decimals to the rational numbers. Okay. Next, see the second question. Once you practice these type of questions, you will get easy ideas what I have to multiply. Okay, you are getting some ideas what we need to multiply to the exact decimal to make it as a whole number or to make it as a natural number. Okay, see the second question. That second question is 0.666. Here the 6 is the recurring digit or recurring decimals. So let's consider that the decimal x is equal to 0.666. Okay. Now multiply 10 on both sides. Multiply 10 on both sides. Once you multiply the 10 on both sides, what you will get? 10 into x is 10x and 0.6666 into 10 means it becomes 6.666 and the sequential is in the continuous form. 10x write as it is. Now split the 6.66 into two parts. One is a whole number part, and another one is decimal form 0.666. Okay, so 10x, which is equal to x plus, here 0.666 is nothing but x. Now take these two x on LHS side. 10x minus x, which is equal to 6. 10x minus x is 9x, which is equal to 6. Now x is equal to 6 divided by 9. So 6 divided by 9 is nothing but a 3 2s are 6 and 3 3s are 9. So x is equal to 2 by 3 is the required rational number. 2 by 3 is the required rational number. Hence 0.666 can also be written as 2 by 3. 2 by 3. This is the second question. Next one. See the fourth question. The third question is, the given decimal expansion is 1.4. Third one, 1.4444. Here 4 is the repeated sequence. 4 is the repeated digit or repeated period, right? So symbolically this can also be written as 1.4 like this. Okay, let same method become same only. Let that given decimal is considered as the x. X is equal to 1.444. now multiply 10 on both sides. Multiply 10 on both sides. So once you multiply 10 on both sides, what you will get? 10x, which is equal to 1.44 into 10 means 14.444. So 10x, write this as it is. No, you need to split the 14.444 into two parts, right? So how you can split this one? 13 plus 1.444. When you are splitting, whenever you are going to be split the number, the sum of these two numbers should be equal to the previous number only. For example, if I add 13 plus 1.444 means again I will get the same number as 14.444 only, right? So this is the main splitting. Here you need to concentrate when you are splitting the whole number or decimal number, that two numbers should be, when you are adding that two numbers, you will get the same number only. Okay, 10x, which is equal to 13 plus 10x, we are splitting 14.444 as 13 plus 1.44, right? Here 1.44 nothing but what we are taking, that 1.44 as a x, right? So now we have two variables, that is 10x and x, 10x and x, 10x minus x. Take that two variables one side, either you can take it in the right side or left hand side. So 10x minus x, which is equal to 13. Now 10x minus x is nothing but 9x, which is equal to 13. So 9x is equal to 13 divided by 9. 13 divided by 9. This can also be written as, this is the improper fraction. Just convert it, that improper fraction, to mixed fraction. So x is equal to 1 integer 4 by 9. 9 ones are 9 plus 4 is 13. So 13 by 9 can also be written as 1 integer 4 by 9. Hence 1.444 can also be written as 1 integer 4 by 9. So this is the required rational number. Now see the next question. Fourth one, the given decimal expansion is 0.999. Just you need to convert that 0.99 in the form of the rational number, which is in the form of P by Q. In that Q is not equal to 0. So fourth one, the given recurring decimals are 0.999. Same, let's consider that decimal as 0. X is equal to 0.999. Now multiply 10 on both sides. Once you multiply 10 on both sides, what you will get? 10 into x is 10x, and 0.999 into 10 means 9.99, and the 9 will be in the continuous form. So 10x, which is equal to, now split the number 9.99 into two forms. In that, one is a whole number and another one is in the decimal form. So 9 plus, we can split it as a 9 plus 0.999. 10x, which is equal to 9 plus, what we are taking this 0.99 as a x, right? So write x in the place of 0.99. Now we have two variables, x and x. These two variables, take it one side, 10x minus x, which is equal to 9. So 10x minus x is nothing but x, which is equal to 9. Now x is equal to 9 by 9. Now x is equal to 9 ones are 1 by 1. This is the required rational number, or we can also write it as 1. Hence 0.999, the rationalized form of the 0.99 is 1 by 1 or 1. Okay, next, fifth question. Fifth one, the given decimal number is 0.36. 0.36. Here the 36 and 36, 36, 36, the series will be continuous in the form. So let the given decimal is considered as a x is equal to 0.363636, and now multiply 100 on both sides. 100 on both sides, because we have two recurring decimals here, 363636. That's why we are multiplying here 100. If we have only one recurring number, means we already discussed in the previous questions, 0.666. Here the repeated period is 6 only, right? So in these cases we need to multiply 10. If 0.123, 123, 123, if 3 numbers are repeated, 3 numbers are recurring, means we need to multiply 1000. If 2 digits are repeating, means we need to multiply 100. Okay, so multiply 10 on both sides. Once you multiply 100 on both sides, means 100 into x is 100x. 0.363636 into 100 means 36.363636. Write this 100x as it is. Now split the whole decimal number into two parts, 36 plus 0.3636. 100x, which is equal to 36 plus 0.3636. What we are considering this decimal expansion as a x, right? So again we have two variables, that is 100x and x. 100x and x. 100x minus x, which is equal to 36. So 100x minus x is 99x, which is equal to 36. Now x is equal to 36 by 99. 9 4s are 36, 9 11s are 99. So x is equal to 4 by 11 is the required rational number for the decimal expansion 0.363636, right? So hence 0.36 can also be written as 4 by 11. Okay, next one. See the next question. The given decimal expansion is 0.001. 0.001. This is sixth question. 0.001, and these numbers will be repeats in the next sequentials. So let x is equal to, what is that given decimal point here? 0.001001001, and the series will be in the continuous form. Now multiply. What you need to multiply here? 3 digits are repeated, means you need to multiply 1000 on both sides. Multiply 1000 on both sides. So 1000 into x, that is equal to 1000x, which is equal to 1.001001001001, and the sequence or the series will be in the continuous form. 1000x, which is equal to, split this 1.001 into two parts. So 1 plus 0.001. So 1000x, which is equal to 1 plus, what we are considering this decimal expansion 0.001 is nothing but x, right? So 1000x minus x, which is equal to 1. 1000x minus x is nothing but 999x, which is equal to 1. Now x is equal to 1 divided by 999. 999. Hence 0.001 can also be written as 1 by 999. This is the required rational number for the decimal expansion 0.001. Okay, just practice these type questions. In the next session we will discuss about the irrational numbers, and we will discuss about the some radicals. Okay, until then, be happy, have a nice day.